Hello. Today I'm going to talk about something which is quite germane to the training or to the training course that maybe you're enrolled in to become an interpreter. It is about overcoming the fear of public speaking. Up until 2 years ago, the most frightening thing I could possibly think of, and I mean more frightening than finding a spider in your slippers in the morning, was to make a speech in front of a benign audience. The fear that I had of making a speech in public was as extreme as it was irrational, and therefore I would go to extraordinary lengths to avoid speaking in public. That was until my 40th birthday. At that juncture, I realized that this phobia was not only career limiting, it was also pathetic. Therefore, I began to accept public speaking invitations. The night before my first ever presentation, I got exactly no sleep at all. In order to overcome my rather bedraggled look, I decided to wear bright orange stockings in the hope that I could trick the audience into thinking that the speaker was going to be as jaunty as the colour of her tights. Anyway, given my history and my sympathy for the millions of other people like me who share this phobia, I get very cross when I see dud advice being given. I saw some such advice in a very well business review not long ago. There, the review very confidently stated, before your first public speaking engagement, the most important thing is to get a good night's sleep. Clearly, the author in question had absolutely no clue what they were writing about. The whole point of nerves is that you get no sleep. Therefore, I would like to take this opportunity to share with you 5 pieces of advice that I have found useful since deciding to accept public speaking engagements. First of all, it is probably best to avoid taking sleeping pills. Sleeping pills not only get rid of all the nerves and help you to sleep, they also get rid of any feeling and most of your intelligence as well, or certainly sensitivity. It's better to be shattered than be a zombie when turning up to speak. The second piece of advice is to offset an irrational fear with a larger rational danger. For example, on my way to one speaking engagement, I almost got run over by a bus. My relatively cool reaction to this life-threatening moment shamed me into feeling ridiculous about how anxious I could get about an irrational fear of simply standing up in front of an ordinary audience to speak. My third piece of advice is remember how awful most other speakers are. In some, the bar is low. You can easily clear it. 4, and it's probably the most obvious piece of advice, is arrive unfeasibly early. And that is to remove all risk of being late and reduce it to 0. There's no point in adding to the nervousness of talking in public with the nervousness about being late. The nervousness of being late. And 5, practice in front of an unforgiving audience. And for that, I would recommend selecting a teenager. A young teen who never laughs at your jokes and intermittently moans, "Is it over yet?" After all, a bad rehearsal makes for a good performance. Thank you.